size, and she was afraid to go to school one day because the other kids would pick on her because her feet were too big. Who the fuck cares about what size your feet are? Jesus. And she used to be the weirdest fucking kid I ever met, and then she's grown and been in school where they've stamped that out of her, so she's more, like, cautious, and she doesn't even, like, she doesn't have an imagination. She just does what they think is correct, and, like, her personality's diminished so much, and that's really sad, but I won't really ever tell her that. She's still a great kid, but I kind of guide her sometimes, like, because she said that Lights, I was like, that's her name, because we were looking up music, and she thought it was Ellie Goulding Lights song that I wanted, and I was like, no, Lights, that's her name, and she's like, that's stupid, I don't want to listen to that. And I'm like, you know what, you're really stupid for judging people like that, and, discriminating them, based upon no knowledge of them whatsoever, just something, But upon depression, people get depressed because of all the labels people are given. So they constantly think they're doing something wrong, and they're walking on eggshells around, and they're so scared because, like Obama says, plainly and clearly to the masses, but nobody actually, like, takes it in, that he plays on fears because he has nothing to back it up with himself up. He has no experience or anything in him to back up him to, like, promote himself, so he'll play on people's fears and make them scared of choosing the opposition. They do this in schools. They do this straight from when they ship you off to school, and they make you sit down in a chair and not move for months on end and learn at the most fucking turtly slow pace I've ever seen in my entire life. I was bored out of my mind, and you know what, that's probably the point, so that people will just get so bored and so tired of, like, trying to learn that they get sleepy, and then they just sleep through it all. I can also say that for, like, the rat race, they've made money the top priority goal when it should be people in your family, and a lot of people agree, obviously. There's invaluable information you can get to people, but they make it so that our society discriminates upon so many people that we don't connect with anybody, and we don't communicate and talk. So people are oppressed, suppressed, and they get depressed about themselves because now they suck and they're lame, and they're constantly being told that they're doing the wrong thing, and that imagination and creativity should be shunned. And then they give you, and then they also tell you what type of person you should be with, and there's, that's why marriages don't work out, because they're now based on more than love, and people stay together for crazy reasons, and while that may be fine, or whatever, they're not happy, and they make it so that you think happiness is just something unachievable, but it is. So then they give you these depression pills that don't work. Trust me, I've been on them, and they've made me sick. They do something chemically enough. Basically, all these drugs are just fucking with your brain, and that's why they can get alcohol, because it's like bleach to your brain. Like, it, makes it stop working. Obviously, some people would want drugs to do that. Some people would want drugs to hide from this world. I've seen that. And they tell people that drug addicts are bad, but they're only looking for an escape, as I've seen, of some sort, but they can't get any help, and they get thrown in jail instead. And there's another thing with jail, where I've been told that, whatever, I'll skip that for now. In Portugal, they had a very good success with making all drugs legal to use and do. And instead of being thrown in jail and ruining your entire life based upon the fact that you've been to jail, when you shouldn't be in jail for a problem, because you don't go to jail for being depressed. They give you help. They get you, back on track. I think that's really admirable. There was a big scare with that, there's fear. And fear causes people not to act, to just freeze up, and we're taught that we should be afraid of everything, afraid of obtaining knowledge, afraid of science and facts, afraid of being yourself, afraid of everything, afraid of making a statement, saying a word, standing up, saying whatever. So they will give you enough hope to think that you're getting help, but really, depression pills cannot make you happy, and it's just the hope that they give you. It's like a mirage, an image, saying that if you get depressed, you can take pills, and then you'll be all better. But you're not going to be better just by taking a pill. You actually have to make changes. You have to seek happiness. The thing is that there's so much damage around us that we lose hope, and that's the hope that they try to instill in us. I do agree that any drug can make you stupid. If you use too much of anything, you waste away. So it should be used with caution and care, but since there's a lack of hope, Americans that committed suicide, they've probably tried so hard, and then they ended up getting to that point because they couldn't do anything. They forget to think, though, of all the hard work that they've made and how far they've made it. But they've lost all hope, and they're really good people. They're like, it's a great loss to lose those people, as they could have probably changed the world, but they were too weak. There was nobody to stand next to them and help them and guide them. They found nobody. And even if they did have people, sometimes it's not enough to live for other people, but the things you foresee, your fears, may hold you back and make you just want to end it all. I'm going to leave that be enough for tonight. If you have any comments, I'd like to hear them. I'd like to hear your personal thoughts. I would like you to form a thought. Video comments would be nice, not necessary. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. But really, just, let things sink in sometimes, and get to ground zero and then move forward. You don't always have to be at level 10 and burn yourself out. And we really need to revamp our education system and our way of teaching children that it is okay to essentially be mean and hate on other people. I'm not saying this because I've been picked on or anything. I never even had any friends in school. I didn't care because I was there to learn. Except learning was so difficult because I'd have to wait for everybody and wait. But, so there should be different learning programs, obviously, different levels, different ways of learning. I didn't even really learn anything all that good. And to get into the college or not didn't matter because I didn't have enough money, and even if I did get grants or anything, it wouldn't be enough. I'd have to pay back so much. Education and yeah. So we really need to think on thinking and what we're teaching the young, how to behave and act, and meanness is not the way to go, and suppressing other people is not the way to go. Yeah. If you hate on this video, you're probably one of those people that just want to control everybody else into thinking you're some kind of better being than anybody else, but the fact is, no one is. But we all have the chance to become good or bad, do right or wrong, and take a stand or lose it. If you get opportunities in life, take them because they may go away. And just always be prepared. In a lot of ways. Just don't forget the things that you know and don't lose yourself. Be open to ideas even if you don't want to actually live or abide by them. But another scary thing is people are afraid to be someone else's friend or even say they are because they might be discriminated for them or put in some sort of loop with them, loophole where it may rub off on them or something. So just don't be scared and don't let anybody tell you what you should think. And we need a better learning place. Vote. I don't know. I don't agree with everything, but I'm certainly not voting for Obama. Nothing's gonna even happen. Nothing's gonna get done. Romney is actually gonna help us educate ourselves, build the lower and middle classes, and get us some education. Even if he doesn't do it absolutely right, it's a start in whoever is next. Or, millions of people can shape and change that. That's what we need to do as a country, grow together instead of shunning everybody so that we hide in our houses. We don't even know how to act anymore. And our thoughts, we don't even let them out because we're feared. We'll fear that people, what they'll do and think and whatever. Just get over it. You have to move against. Just keep moving forward. Like I said, I wasn't really picked on or anything. I just noticed this because this one girl said I was something. They had some preconceived idea about me, not even knowing who I was, and everybody just followed in line with her, and I didn't really care, because I wasn't looking for friends, and I couldn't even have them, but I just thought that was really kind of funny. Maybe if I don't know, maybe, you'll never know unless you try. Peace, good night. Love yourself, learn to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, fix the problems you don't like. Don't be scared of being a poser or anything, because it's just the way you like and the way you want to be. And there's always gonna be people who hate that because, and I don't really mean to hate on them, because somebody put that into their heads. They didn't just come up with it on their own. So you're gonna have that, but it's really easy. And you'll actually get a lot of good feedback. And what's crazy is that I have, regardless of the people who think I'm so fucking weird, and I'm labeled weird so that people don't listen to me. I'm labeled this and that, labeled that as if you're a weird person, then you're on drugs, and or you need drugs, and that's not true. You are just you. People are creative. The brain is the most wonderful, lovely and powerful thing that you own. It's not your body, but that's also very beautiful too. So just help each other out instead of, making people's lives harder. and we're all equal, whether you really want to believe it or not. So, peace, bro, yo. Go get a life. Go get a life that you love and want to live. Obviously, very many Americans, more Americans than people dying from car crashes and other injuries, didn't want to live this life, this world that's been built and created and molded so far, that they just would rather die than say it's okay to live it. Or even have to put up with it. Yeah. Peace.